Assassin's Creed Shadows takes you to a war-torn feudal Japan where two very different warriors unite in blood and shadow. Nao, a stealthy shinobi, masters infiltration, espionage, and silent takedowns. Yasuke, a legendary former samurai, dominates with raw strength and intense close-quarter sword combat. Players alternate between these complementary heroes throughout a rich story-driven adventure filled with open-ended missions and strategic depth. The world is vast, alive, and shaped by seasons, weather, and war. Every corner may hide a target, an opportunity, or a threat. In addition to classic assassinations, the game lets you build a network of informants and a customizable hideout to manage your operations. This solo experience blends exploration, stealth, and combat in a world as poetic as it is brutal, where the sword and shadow rule all. Yasuk Simulator throws you into a wildly unhinged version of feudal Japan, where the story of Yasuke, the legendary African samurai in service of Oda Nobunaga, launches a completely improbable journey. Katanas, swords, automatic rifles, modern cars, and giant crabs collide in a chaotic, explosive narrative. The gameplay blends precise sword fighting, third or first-person exploration, hidden gear collection, and absurd scenes dripping with satirical energy. The game proudly claims to be historically accurate, even as you deliver tofu in a speeding Nissan or fight a boss atop a Shinkansen. Beyond its outrageous humor, Yasuk Simulator subverts the tropes of historical action games and cleverly provokes debate. A chaotic single-player adventure that will make you laugh, think, and slash everything in sight. Rise of the Ronin takes you to 19th century Japan during the Bakumatsu era on the brink of modernization and the shogunate's fall. You play as a masterless Ronin, free to forge your path in an open world shaped by civil war, political unrest, and foreign influence. The game offers complete freedom. Explore on horseback or by glider, make moral choices that affect the story, form alliances, or betray them. Combat is technical and brutal, blending traditional swords, firearms, and stealth techniques. Every encounter demands precision, timing, and adaptation to different enemy styles. Rise of the Ronin focuses on mature storytelling, a realistic Japan in upheaval, and making your own destiny. On the island of Tsushima, ravaged by the Mongol invasion, Jin Sakai faces a heartbreaking choice: follow the traditional Bushido code or embrace stealth tactics to protect his people. Ghost of Tsushima offers a vast open world, from burning villages and windswept forests to forgotten temples. Free exploration, intense katana combat, cinematic duels, and stealth define the rich gameplay, elevated by stunning art direction. The director's cut adds Iki Island, a new narrative arc, and fresh areas to explore. This story-driven solo game delivers poetic encounters and tragic moments alike. Combat is based on precision, parries, and stances, enhancing the sense of mastery. A flawless tribute to the aesthetics of feudal Japan, where honor and sacrifice go hand in hand. Sangoku Dynasty offers a unique experience in a fractured feudal Japan, blending survival, village management, and samurai heritage. You begin as a humble peasant, aiming to build a lasting dynasty. You'll need to hunt, farm, construct, and grow your community while keeping it safe. The game allows for diverse playstyles. Some players will focus on building and diplomacy, while others will lean into combat and military strategy. The world is filled with natural resources, trade opportunities, and danger. In solo or co-op, every choice shapes your clan's future. It's not just about survival, but thriving under the Bushido code, cultivating loyalty, courage, and wisdom. A game where the slow climb to power is just as important as the battles you fight. The spirit of the samurai immerses you in a haunted feudal Japan as Takeshi, a warrior returned from the dead who must defend his village from a demonic Oni and his yokai army. This 2D stop-motion samurai game stands out with its rare handcrafted art style and beautifully choreographed animations. The adventure blends technical combat, side-scrolling exploration, and environmental puzzles set in war-torn, sacred places, ruins, graveyards, abandoned temples, and more. 3 playable characters with unique abilities, a samurai, a Kodama spirit, and a stealthy cat, allow you to switch playstyles from bloody battles to subtle platforming phases. Every duel is weighty and every strike requires careful calculation. The eerie atmosphere and rich folklore add supernatural depth to the story. A challenging and unique solo experience, both contemplative and cruel, that stands apart from anything else. Die by the Blade merges tradition and modernity in a fighting game where every strike can be deadly. Inspired by Bushido Blade, it ditches traditional health bars in favor of realistic clashes where one mistake means defeat. You face off in weapon-based duels, katana, nodachi, saber, across arenas that mix Japanese aesthetics with cyberpunk flair. The visual style is minimalist and tense, enhancing the pressure of each confrontation. Gameplay focuses on precision, anticipation, and choosing the correct stance rather than button-mashing combos. Playable solo, locally, or online in versus mode, Die by the Blade demands calm, mastery, and reflexes. It's a brutal and stripped-down experience that honors the spirit of the duel, where victory comes as much from mental focus as muscle memory. Mousashi vs. Cthulhu delivers the ultimate face-off between the legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi and horrors from beyond reality. In this fast-paced 2D action game, you'll slice through waves of Lovecraftian abominations using nothing but timing and lightning-fast reflexes. Gameplay revolves around left or right directional strikes, quickly ramping up in speed as enemies swarm you. Each run is a challenge of endurance and precision, where one slip can end it all. The raw pixel art aesthetic and tense soundtrack amplify the constant sense of danger. The bizarre blend of Japanese swordplay and cosmic horror gives the game a distinct identity, both absurd and immensely satisfying. Musashi vs. Cthulhu is a short, stylish, and intense solo experience, perfect for those who want to slash tentacles between more traditional samurai duels. Sklash is a slow-paced but high-tension 2D fighting game where every move matters. Two samurai face off in one-hit duels where a single well-placed strike decides the outcome. The gameplay focuses on stamina control, timing, and observation. It's not about smashing buttons, but striking at the perfect moment. Its traditional brushstroke art style and minimal UI add elegance to the concept. Whether played in single-player or in PvP, each match is short, intense, and unpredictable. Backgrounds vary by Japanese region with attention to visual detail and atmosphere. You can unlock new warriors, each with their own personality and combat style. Accessible yet deep, Sklash pays homage to the dramatic tension of classic samurai duels where mastery of the blade is measured. Samurai Riot offers a fast-paced strategic take on feudal Japan through a side-scrolling arcade combat game. Play as Sukane or Tsurumaru, two warriors with conflicting ideals sent to restore order to a chaotic region. The story offers a moral dilemma. Will you obey your orders or follow your convictions? Combat mixes special moves, melee weapons, and devastating combos in vibrant hand-drawn 2D animation. Local co-op mode lets two players perform spectacular combos and support each other with unique teamwork mechanics. Multiple branching storylines offer solid replay value, with different endings depending on your choices. More than just an action game, Samurai Riot explores themes of loyalty, justice, and responsibility, all wrapped in a stylish arcade package that honors the genre's roots. Slice, Dice, and Rice breaks the rules of traditional fighting games with a bold concept. One well-placed hit can end a duel. Inspired by samurai showdowns, the game focuses on precision, mind games, and perfect timing. No health bars, every mistake can be deadly. Fights are fast, stylish, and brutal, set in a raw and expressive visual style reminiscent of Japanese woodblock prints. You choose from a range of fighters, each with their own unique combat style and techniques. The game features a solo mode against AI and a local versus mode for intense battles with friends. It's a minimalist yet gripping experience, capturing the silent, tense atmosphere of a death duel where patience and composure matter more than aggression. Blind Fate Edo no Yami is set in an alternate Japan where shogunate traditions meet cybernetic technology. You play as Yami, a blind samurai serving a tyrannical empire, tasked with hunting down mechanical yokai, twisted versions of Japanese mythical creatures. Equipped with sensory implants instead of vision, Yami perceives the world through sound, heat, and motion, directly affecting how you navigate and fight. The game alternates between intense 2D combat, maze-like exploration, and dialogue focused on duty, doubt, and humanity. You'll face up against powerful bosses in stylized arenas while evolving your abilities through a skill tree. The dark, almost oppressive atmosphere merges Japanese tradition with a post-apocalyptic aesthetic, a unique solo adventure that hits hard with its gameplay and story. Trek to Yomi follows the tragic journey of Hiroki, a young samurai bound by duty to protect his village and beloved. When death strikes, he descends into a realm between the life and the afterlife, where spirits and regret take shape. This solo game, styled after Kurosawa films, blends choreographed sword fights, striking black and white visuals, and a haunting atmosphere. Action unfolds on a 2.5D horizontal plane, emphasizing fluid duels and cinematic staging. The story delves into themes of duty, sacrifice, and forgiveness in a dreamlike yet brutal version of Japan. Every choice affects the hero's fate. It's a short but impactful experience where the katana cuts through enemies and past illusions. Sky Sanctuary offers a VR experience where you train like a disciple in a floating sanctuary inspired by traditional Japan. This game doesn't focus on bloody combat, but on mastering technique, focus, and reflexes. You wield katanas, shuriken, and bows in slicing, shooting, and timing challenges, all set in a serene world of clouds, cherry blossoms, and floating islands. The goal is to improve at your own pace, with precise motion tracking to guide your progress. Sky Sanctuary is a contemplative solo experience designed for training, relaxation, and martial precision. Perfect for discovering the world of samurai in VR without excessive violence, but with a deep respect for the art of the blade. Shinpaku-era Japan ravaged by war, you play as Sekiro, a shinobi serving a young noble heir. Betrayed and left for dead, you rise again with a customizable prosthetic arm and set out for revenge. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice is known for its brutal and technical sword-based combat, where each hit can be fatal. Instead of classic leveling systems, it uses posture, perfect parries, and stealth. Mobility is key thanks to the grappling hook on your mechanical arm. The world is steeped in myth, grotesque monsters, and supernatural foes, creating a tense, mystical atmosphere. A pure single-player title, it's a test of patience and perseverance. Every victory is hard-earned, and every death teaches a new lesson in mastery. A brutal love letter to the art of the sword, and unyielding determination. Yaku Dragon Ishin brings the spirit of the Yakuza series to 19th century Japan, on the brink of the Meiji Restoration. You play as Sakamoto Ryoma, a ronin seeking justice, determined to track down his adoptive father's killer while infiltrating the Shinsengumi. The game blends narrative exploration, wild side quests, and spectacular combat, with fast-paced gameplay that lets you freely combine katana, fists, and revolver across 4 interchangeable combat styles. The tone swings between political drama, absurd humor, and unforgettable street moments. Outside the main story, you can manage a farm, cook, play cards, or simply chat with Kyo's residents. Focused on solo play and strong storytelling, the game offers a bold yet captivating take on a rapidly modernizing feudal Japan, balancing the Bushido code with revolutionary chaos. Nioh 2 drops you into a war-ravaged feudal Japan corrupted by supernatural creatures from Japanese folklore. You play as a half-human, half-yokai warrior who can switch between deadly sword techniques and demonic powers. Gameplay revolves around a stamina-based system, combat stances, and intense battles against fierce enemies. The world is filled with shrines, haunted forests, and ruined fortresses. Every path could hold an ambush or a lurking spirit. The game features non-linear progression, main and side missions, loot systems, skills, and deep character customization. Each boss is a brutal test, while every victory will raise your strength and determination. Dark, violent, and mystical, Nioh 2 is a must-play for fans of hardcore action and Japanese legends. Fate Samurai Remnant reimagines the Fate universe in 17th century Japan, disrupted by a secret war, the Waxing Moon Ritual. You play as Miyamoto Iori, a ronin caught in a mystical battle between masters and their servants, legendary spirits with overwhelming power. The gameplay mixes narrative exploration, dynamic sword combat, and epic summoning battles. You can call on your servant mid-fight, turning the tide with supernatural strength. The story blends historical intrigue with Japanese fantasy, filled with memorable characters from across time. The RPG system lets you unlock skills, forge weapons, and build bonds with allies. It's a rich, smooth, and original solo game, part samurai tale and part modern epic fantasy. Musha Warlords is a legendary action-adventure game that throws you into a demon-infested feudal Japan. You play as Samanosuke Akechi, a samurai determined to rescue Princess Yuki and destroy the evil creatures devouring human souls. Armed with a katana and mystical powers, you explore a labyrinthine castle filled with puzzles, traps, and supernatural combat. Gameplay features tense sword battles, soul-absorbing progression, and mastery over elemental weapons. The atmosphere blends Japanese folklore, demonic threats, and constant tension. Remastered in HD, the game retains its cinematic presentation, fixed camera angles, and haunting soundtrack. A short but unforgettable solo adventure that laid the groundwork for many modern genre staples. Essential for fans of swords, yokai, and those with a penchant for revenge.
Kenshi is a unique sandbox RPG set in a harsh world that resembles a post-apocalyptic feudal Japan. You're not a chosen hero, but a survivor among many, free to become a mercenary, traitor, slave, bandit, or samurai. The gameplay is fully open-ended. Recruit a team, build a base, forge your own gear, and carve out a destiny in a world where every decision matters. Combat is real-time, tactical, and punishing, often leaving permanent injuries. The world is vast and filled with brutal factions, fortified cities, strange creatures, and armored warriors that resemble fallen samurai. Kenshi offers a deep, raw solo experience where freedom is total, but never without consequence. A survival and emancipation saga more mental than heroic.
Samurai Maiden blends fast-paced action with anime aesthetics in a wild adventure where a modern-day high school girl is transported to feudal Japan to fight hordes of demons. Armed with a katana and joined by 3 warrior girls with complementary abilities, she journeys through cursed temples, yokai-infested undergrounds, and haunted battlefields. The gameplay focuses on dynamic combos, acrobatic dodges, and cooperative mechanics that allow the heroines to unleash powerful joint attacks. The world is as colorful as it is dangerous, mixing humor, unapologetic fan service, and Japanese folklore. Progression unlocks new skills, techniques, and stronger bonds between characters. It's a solo action game that prioritizes fun and flashy style over strict historical accuracy. Samurai Maiden fully embraces its eccentric flair while delivering a stylish and energetic experience. Way of the Samurai 3 immerses you in the fictional region of Amana, caught in political unrest at the end of the Sengoku era. You play as a masterless ronin, free to act, form alliances, and betray. The game's open structure offers freedom of movement and dozens of narrative paths depending on your choices. Every encounter, duel, dialogue, or action can change your story and lead to one of the many different endings. The combat system mixes attack, guard, counters, and special techniques, with the ability to forge and customize your own katanas. The world feels alive, and your decisions directly impact progression. A truly unique single-player adventure that encourages replayability, experimentation, and your sense of honor. Or survival. Samurai Warriors 5 reinvents the iconic Musou series with a new art style inspired by Japanese ink paintings and a tighter focus on 2 legendary figures, Nobunaga Oda and Mitsuhide Akechi. Dive into major conflicts from the Sengoku era and large-scale battles where hundreds of enemies fall beneath your strikes. The gameplay stays true to the franchise's dynamic roots while improving it with new abilities, aerial combos, and flashier special moves. The game includes a story mode focused on Nobunaga's rise to power and a Citadel mode combining strategy and territory defense. Every character has unique weapons and fighting styles, and the revamped visuals give each encounter an artistic flair. Whether you're a series veteran or newcomer, Samurai Warriors 5 offers a strong balance of accessibility, depth, and visual flair. Woong Fallen Dynasty plunges players into a devastated China during the fall of the Han Dynasty, where the 3 kingdoms are consumed by chaos and invaded by demons. You play as an unnamed militia soldier in this dark fantasy retelling of history, facing off against corrupted warriors, mythological beasts, and arcane forces. Combat is based on Chinese martial arts and emphasizes dodges, parries, and rapid chaining of moves. Morale, a core mechanic, grows with your victories and unlocks elemental magic tied to the 5 phases. You can summon powerful spirit beasts to turn the tide in battle. The game offers deep character customization, a demanding solo campaign, and online co-op. With its grim tone, technical gameplay, and intense encounters, Woong is a worthy spiritual successor to Nioh, blending Chinese folklore with tight, tactical action. Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun is a top-down tactical game where you lead a team of assassins with unique abilities. Each mission requires infiltrating fortresses, villages, or military camps in a war-torn 17th century Japan. You control up to 5 characters, a fearsome samurai, a disguised spy, a sharpshooter, a trap-setting rogue, and a nimble ninja. The gameplay is methodical. Observe patrols, plan movements, synchronize actions, and strike silently, with mistakes punished and improvisation and creativity rewarded. This solo experience focuses on strategic thinking, where precision matters more than brute strength. Its rich visuals and sound design immerse you in a stylized yet credible Japan, where every mission is a shadowy puzzle to solve. Aiko's Choice is a standalone expansion to Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun, focused on Aiko, the master of disguise. This time, her past returns through a feared enemy, forcing Aiko to undertake high-risk operations across a still merciless Japan. Staying true to the series' DNA, the gameplay revolves around coordinating a team of stealth specialists. Each character brings unique skills which you'll need to combine wisely to sneak past guards, disable traps, and reach your target unnoticed. More intimate but equally demanding, this solo content emphasizes Aiko's journey, tactical finesse, and tight storytelling. The new missions are challenging, with sharp level design and the same rewarding stealth gameplay fans love.
Stronghold Warlords takes you through military campaigns across Imperial China, Feudal Japan, Mongolia, and Vietnam. You'll build castles, defend them, and lay siege to your enemies. Each mission combines resource management, diplomacy, and large-scale warfare. A new Warlords mechanic introduces AI lords you can conquer or ally with for military and economic perks. The game keeps the core Stronghold formula: real-time economy, specialized units, and epic sieges with catapults, walls, and traps. Your army includes archers, pikemen, samurai, and heavy cavalry in a richly detailed historical setting. Playable solo or in custom skirmishes, Stronghold Warlords blends management strategy with the scale and intensity of major Asian battles.